Hello, just Gem here and welcome, or indeed welcome back to my channel. I'm filming in daylight hours because this is, I guess it's a get ready with me because I am about to go out and do things. My window is open and it's natural daylight, so I apologise if my lighting dips, and I also apologise if there is any noise, but I'm not closing the window because I'm rather warm. So I think those are the disclaimers out of the way. And I am going to be getting ready today with Just a Taste from Unearthly Cosmetics, and that's what she looks like on the outside, and that is the palette on the inside, and that's pretty true to colour. Yeah, so normally I complain that things are washed out, but not today. I have my foundation on already, and that foundation is my Illamasqua Blurring Balm in the shade 9.5, my holy grail, my go-to, my ride or die. I'm going to prime my lids, and today I'm going to use the remnants of, if I can find it, this NARS smudge proof eyeshadow base, which I don't even know if it still exists, if it's still in production. If it is, I think I need to find it because I do quite like this. So I'm just going to put this on. I think now what I would quite like is a primer that is closer to my skin tone. I used to reach for and use the Be Perfect Priming Canvas a lot, and I mean I still use it every now and again, but really I just want something that's going to give me a solid base, an even base, because my lids are quite dark, they're discoloured. I don't normally use concealer. I think when I first started doing my eyeshadow I did use concealer as a primer, but then a lot of makeup artists especially, well, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some say don't use concealer as a primer because it, you know, it's water based and it can break up product on your lid, and others say, you know, if that's what works for you, if it conceals the discoloration, fill your boots. I've reached for a 227 that, I'm not going to lie, is in desperate need of a clean, but that's a task for this upcoming weekend, a deep clean of all of my brushes. I did do swatches, but I filmed those swatches for a reel and I forgot to film them in this format, so I might just stick on some footage now of the reel that I filmed. I really liked the purple tones that are going to be down towards the bottom, and I'm contemplating doing a monochromatic type look using those shades. Forbidden Embrace, Haunted Heart, Eternal Slumber and Fanged Charm. And I'm trying to recall in my mind when the last time was that I did a purple look. But I think if I did do a purple look recently, it would be a more vibrant purple look. And this is a bit more of a muted purple look. Or I could do like a greeny based look using Mossy Grave, Wicked Woods, Vesper Glow and Cloaked Desire. But then I could do a really deep look with Nocturnal Kiss, Dark Seduction, Veins of Velvet and Crimson Thirst. Decisions. Actually, I'm quite liking the sound of that last combo, because it is going to be one look on both eyes today, not two different looks. Or do I go a little bit brighter and do Veins of Velvet, Crimson Thirst, Bite Me in Immortal Flame? Ooh, there's lots of inspiration there. It's alternated, so it's like matte shimmer, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so it's a 50-50 split between mattes and shimmers in this. 18 shades in the palette. I think I'm going to go for Veins of Velvet, Crimson Thirst, Bite Me in Immortal Flame. I'm going to start with Bite Me, because that's the lightest red, and I don't know, I might dip into like Nocturnal Kiss, Veins of Velvet or Eternal Slumber to deepen things up. I'll see how I feel. Okay, so Bite Me. I have to say, when I swatched these felt delightful. Very, very nice to the touch. Sort of really smooth. Not too dissimilar to how this is applying right now, actually. Very pigmented, very pigmented. yeah, I don't need to build any more than that, I don't think. It'll be interesting to see how they blend when I reach for Veins of Velvet. I did film I did a live the other day and I talked a little bit about the saga of getting this palette to me. I ordered it as a pre-order, I want to say in early January, and it was a pre-order on sale, and it was meant to, I think originally it was due end of Feb, and then it got pushed to end of March. Like, long story short, and to kind of save myself repeating most of what I said in that live a little while back, I didn't actually end up getting this palette until June, because I got it ordered to a friend who lives in the States who was coming to the UK for a visit, but it didn't end up arriving in time for them to bring it with them, and nor could I cancel my order. I'm gonna come out and say it, the customer service at Unearthly Cosmetics leaves a lot to be desired, but I do hear that steps are being taken to rectify this. So let's see how I get on with this palette, and we'll decide if I will make a future purchase from Unearthly, but gotta say, hesitant to do it again based on my first experience. Veins of Velvet, this I think is a job for a Refer 14. Let's see how this looks. So Veins of Velvet there is going to sort of deepen things up in the outer V, and I'm bringing it through the crease as well. Blending nicely. Pretty effortless there, gotta say. And then it's taken me, just because I've got a big pile of shame, you know, palettes that I've bought and I've not quite got round to using them, so I want to try and hit pause on buying anything new and work through the giant pile. I mean, giant pile's maybe a bit extreme. Moderate pile. So fingers crossed that, well, I say fingers crossed that we don't get lots of new releases, but Halloween season, spooky season tends to mean lots of new releases, doesn't it? After just saying I need to slow down on the purchases and work through my moderate pile, one older palette that I would quite like to get my hands on, well, there's two and I keep going back and forth. I posted a good while ago now a story about how these two are similar, and they're Halloween palettes, and it's Spooked from Gourmand Girls and Tales of Terror from Wicked Widow Beauty. So those are two similar colour stories. I'd say Spooked is a bit more vibrant, a bit brighter, whereas Wicked Widow Beauty is a bit deeper, perhaps a bit more grungy, the tones in there. I do keep going back and forth. They both are on sale on Monolith, but those are two historic Halloween palettes that I would like to get hold of. I guess this is a Halloween release as well, isn't it? Just a taste from last year. It's a nice solid base. But should I have zoomed you in? Quite possibly. Shimmers now. Do I want to put NYX? Yeah, let's put some NYX Glitter Primer on. Just a super thin layer. Less is always more with a NYX Glitter Primer. And we're going to do Crimson Thirst on the outside with Immortal, or do I want to go brighter and do Mortal Dusk? I'm going to go a bit lighter, I think. I'm going to go with Mortal Dusk. So Crimson Thirst is going to go on the outside. That's pretty. applied beautifully, I must say. And then Mortal Dusk on the inside. That's pretty. Unearthly, you might have done something here. I'm very, very late to the party, but ooh. Okay, I'm going to use a flat brush to tidy both these sides. So this is my reference number 2. Let's go into Mortal Dusk first. Wipe off, flip over, Crimson Thirst. Just picking up that Refer 14 again into Veins of Velvet on the outer corner. Okay. I'm going to put concealer on my under eyes and then I'll be back. Do I venture into the... I might venture into the purple. Let's go a bit purple. So over 230 and I'm going into Eternal Slumber. So much for sticking to an entire row. But I just want to explore a bit now. I've started. So Eternal Slumber going underneath. Do I smudge it out a little bit? I might smudge it out a little bit. Refer 13. I want to smudge it out a bit with... I'll just put a little dot into Veins of Velvet and just sweep underneath. Inner corner highlight. I'm tempted by Moonlit Veil. Maybe Haunted Heart might be better. Haunted Heart. So over 237, Haunted Heart. Okay. I might put blush on now. What colour blush should I wear with this? I already know what lip combo I'm going to do because it might be my new favourite lip combo and I'm probably going to wear it to death. It's a lot. It is a lot. But when you see it, maybe with this, something purpley, I think this would work. Butter Than Before from NYX. I think that could work quite well. Refer number 4, and I haven't powdered under my eyes yet, and that's deliberate in case I go overboard with the blush, which, knowing me, highly likely. Not too bad. I've done alright there. I've not gone OTT. I think I haven't anyway. So now I will put some powder on. This is my Unearthly Cosmetics as per in shade number 2. It's going to brighten my under eyes. Bronzer. Okay. Let's put some highlighter on. I feel like a deeper gold might be in order. So maybe butter, well this is butter in bronze, but I think this could work quite well. Or do I want butter bling? I think either would work, but I am going to go with butter in bronze. I think I'm trying so carefully not to go overboard because I know how pigmented these are. I'm perhaps being overly cautious. My battery died, so while I switched it over I also set my face with the Beauty Moon Cosmetics setting spray, and that was in the pink edition subscription box, and I put liner on and put some mascara on, and the liner is my usual Clinique and the mascara is the one that was in the purple edition subscription box from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. And now for that lip combo that I was telling you about, and it's going to be 89 Fine. Is this a bit much for a daytime look? Perhaps, but it's what we're going to do anyway. So I'm going to line my lips with 89 Fine. Ooh, the concentration. And then, a while back, there was a flash sale on a TikTok live for Cosmic Beauty, and all of their lipsticks were £2 each. So naturally I did what any person who is a bit obsessed with makeup would do, and I bought all of them. And now I can't see Nancy, which is the one I wanted. I'm now going to apply Nancy, which is this rich, deep brown lippy. Just think it would just polish off this look nicely. I'm probably going to need to tidy the edges a little bit, but tell me that's not a banging combo. Beautiful, love it. And I think we're done. I think so. I'm going to zoom you right in so you can see the finished look. It's always funny to me when I do the same look on both eyes, because I rarely do that, but I have today. That's fire. I mean, that looks good, even if I do say so myself. And I've got to say that palette was an absolute pleasure to work with. Everything about it was just effortless. Laying the shades down, any of the blending, the shimmers didn't need any kind of finessing. If this is the consistent formula for Unearthly, I'm impressed. I am impressed. And just so you can see it when my eyes are closed as well. Let me know your thoughts, but I'm happy with that. What's gonna be the real test here is the longevity. It's late-ish. It's later than I normally finish applying my makeup. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll probably try and keep this on till about 9-10, so I'll get some good wear out. I'll try to remember to do a check-in and include the footage when I upload this video. But that's stunning. That is nice. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Yes, a bit much for a daytime look, but I don't care. I don't care. First time using Unearthly. First time using just a taste. Beautiful colour story, absolutely stunning. It's one of those where as soon as I saw it, I wanted it, and I'm glad I've picked this up. Was it worth the wait? I would say so. I mean, just on that first use, and I feel really inspired looking at this. Sometimes it's not every single palette that you look at where you can just see different looks jumping out at you. But you can just use these for, you can sort of pick a quadrant, or you can pick little rows, or I see a lot of potential in this palette. Even when I was thinking of what to do today, my mind kept jumping across the palette because there were just so many different combinations that I could see. So looking forward to playing with that some more, absolutely. Fingers crossed that Unearthly sorts out their customer service, because I can't be the only one who's... I mean, I've heard murmurings. I've heard a few people anecdotally saying that their experience has not been the best, and even Amanda has held her hands up and say, I'm sorry guys, I hear you, I'm working on it. So let's see. I don't think there's an Unearthly palette at the moment that I'm eyeing. Let's keep a watchful eye on the brand and see what else they come up with. Right, I'm gonna pack my stuff because I need to leave now. So I'm going to pack my makeup bag, which I've kind of been doing as I've been doing my makeup now, because that's one of the easiest ways to make sure that you remember everything. And I'm going to leave it there. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I also hope to see you again in a video in the not too distant future. Take care. Bye. It is just after 9 p.m. and I believe I finished this just before 1 p.m. and there's no creasing. If I'm being very, very nitpicky, there is some very minor creasing, like negligible creasing on my double fold lid, but you have to get right up close, and I think you can just see it. Maybe at that angle you can see it a little bit there, right in that area. Nothing on this lid whatsoever, and that's my normal lid, so I'm impressed. It was just beautiful to work with these shadows. I love this look. I got on the train, there were these teenage girls and they complimented me on my eye look, so yeah, definitely looking forward to using this again. Definitely. Look at that sparkle, guys. Look at that sparkle. Yeah, so check-in complete. Just a taste from Unearthly. I'll start again. Unearthly.